we're back with another episode.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of
Oh my God, you have to turn mine down. You're screaming.
How do you turn it down?
I don't know. Oh my God, this is going to be so hard today. Okay.
I don't know how to turn yours down. How do I turn yours down? Because that's the whole board.
Okay.
Is that better?
Oh yeah, that's a lot better.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that's the whole board, but I'll try not to scream. All right. Well, welcome back, y'all, to another episode of the Face Off with Flap.
Yep, that's us. Flop, flop,
Welcome back. Fleming here.
And Fowler.
Awesome. So today's going to be a rough episode, y'all, because as you can clearly see, Fowler's drunk, or hungover, rather.
I'm not drunk. I'm hungover. Does everyone know what a hangover is?
No.
It means I was drunk yesterday.
You were drunk at some point, and now you're sobering up.
It's called being a good friend, an ally.
Did you take anything?
What do you mean?
For your drunkenness, like your
I thought you meant like drugs. I'm like,
no.
I'm not admitting to that on the podcast. Are you kidding me?
I would never ask you to do that. Compromise yourself. No.
I drank not one but 2 liquid IVs this morning.
Liquid IVs? What is that?
You never had liquid IV?
No.
Oh my God, it's literally life changing. It's a godsend.
Where do you get that from? Like Walmart or something?
They have it at Costco. I ordered. They have it at Target. They have it at Costco, but it's like hella electrolytes in a package.
Yeah.
And it's like you put it in your water and it's like drinking 3 bottles of water instead of 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
And you're supposed to drink 1 the night, like at night before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, and usually you don't have a hangover at all.
Sorry.
That's your fun.
Yeah.
I did not drink 1 last night because I got home at 4 o'clock in the morning.
My Lord. On a Sunday night.
On a Sunday night.
My Lord.
On the Lord's Day. Yeah. My mom, when I was leaving for here earlier, my mom was like, what are you talking about today? How to drive your mom crazy because you scare her when you don't come home till 4 a.m. I was like, oh yeah, that's our first topic, Mom.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I'm buying a house, Mom. Yeah. So I can get out of yours. And
yeah,
you don't have to
so
worry
no one
about
can
what
call
time
me screaming at 4. Where are you? It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
I'm doing thug shit, Mom, with my friends.
Do you really tell? I believe you tell her stuff like that just to piss her off.
The other day I told her to charge it to the game. She was like, what?
What does that mean?
I was like, Mom, just charge it to the game.
What does that mean? I'm confused.
Do you need my card? What are you
Oh my God.
I said, charge it to the game, Eileen. Damn it.
First of all, I love the fact that she says, do you need my card? That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. How was your week this past week, though?
You can't even think that far back.
No?
My brain is mush.
Oh, well, it must have been good.
I'm assuming it was good. I'm here and I'm alive.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, what about you? I sound disgusting.
That's how I sound when I wake up from a nap and before we get ready to record. I sound like Barry White. Good morning to you. My week was actually pretty good. My student, of course, was gone, so I had to fend for myself. But luckily, you and I were together like every day, all day this week. So it was pretty. We had a lot of
slapstick comedy in the ICU this week.
We had a lot of fun times, a lot of great patients though. But this week was actually pretty good. It was really good. It could have ended better yesterday, but whatever. Neither here nor there. We're not talking about it on the podcast. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, anyway. But all right, you want to get right on into it? Ready?
Let's dive in.
All right. So we got to talk about it first. Sha'Carri Richardson in the news again. We thought that for those that have been living under a rock, Sha'Carri Richardson is a wonderful, amazing American sprinter who runs the 100. And she was slated to be on the women's 4x1 relay team.
You're saying a lot, and I don't know what any of that means.
What? The 4x1?
Yeah, what the hell's that?
Just the 100-meter yard dash.
4 times?
No. You just have 4 people that run around the whole entire track 100 meters. Because, one loop around the track is 400 meters.
No, I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 400 means 1 lap around. The 100 just means 1/4 of it, and then 4 people just run.
100-yard dash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the 4x8 is just twice around.
I was big, fat, and slow, so I never ran.
I mean, all my friends were skinny and fast, so I was on track with them, field team with them, and so that's the only reason why I know.
Okay, so she is a short distance
sprinter. Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
So we thought that, last week it came out of the news basically that she will be missing, we thought she was going to be missing part of the Olympics, that she was not able to go after that 100-yard dash title, that she was going to be able to at least participate in the 4x1. However, she is now suspended from that as well too, and so she will not be able to run at all.
What was the reasoning behind only letting her do one event?
Because the 30-day suspension would have been up by the time the 4x1 team gets ready to run.
That would have been lucky.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Honestly, but as Joe Biden would say, rules are rules.
Rules are rules, Joe.
I mean, I get it. I totally get that rules are rules. I'm not oblivious to that fact, but again, at the same time,
Did you see her at the ESPYs? She showed the
She
fuck
looked
up and out. She
amazing.
looks so good.
Did you see her? What's his name? The baby, the rapper,
No.
the baby. Like he whispered something in there. I was like, get away from her. Don't taint her.
Did he get on his tippy toes to do it?
No, he didn't. I hate you so much. It was pretty funny. I was like, you don't need no rap in your life, girl. Go about your business.
Ooh, can you
Nope.
imagine, like, God, being a college student athlete and getting to go to the ESPYs and looking as hot as she did and having
She was
rappers
gorgeous.
like whisper in your ear.
Yeah, gorgeous girl. But even off the backs of that, unfortunately, she won't be running or be able to participate. I don't even know if she will be allowed to go because Japan, their COVID numbers, for some strange reason, have been escalating and have been going up. And they said that basically they've been having at least 900 new cases every single day and that they've declared like a state of emergency.
We are back in the thick of it. Back in the thick of it.
Pretty much. And not only that, but spectators, because of this, they've declared a state of emergency. Spectators will not be allowed to be in the stands for the Olympics. So what kind of lame crap is that?
I don't want to say that this is all happening and that Skims is the like
Sponsor?
official PJs of the Olympics this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that Kim Kardashian's company?
Yeah,
That's an amazing sponsorship to have.
it is, but everything's going to shit. So
Well, yeah. It's kind of like, can we just not have it there then? I mean, they're going to be the
can we just move it?
Can we just move it? I mean, I get it. Japan has been preparing for this for years and they won this pick, but we can't do it right now.
Remember that time that there was a whole fucking pandemic?
Yeah. And it affected every single country and every part of the universe.
Yeah,
So,
I say we just bring it on over to America.
I mean, our COVID numbers are already the highest, but we just don't care.
Well, Australia, New Zealand, right, is where they kind of not eradicated, but they were
New Zealand, yes.
New Zealand. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
living high for a while.
I think they still are. I still think their country is like, you have to be either a COVID negative or have a vaccine, but they have opened up to 100% capacity and they don't require masks at all. I think they're one of the very few countries that
Kiwis
still have it.
Ugh.
Yeah. But I mean,
What was I gonna say about the Olympics? I don't know if I remember. Oh God.
you are really going through it today.
Losing it.
Did you realize we were going to be recording today?
Surely I knew that was gonna happen.
At 4:00 in the morning.
Well, it didn't start like it. It started with, let's just have a glass of wine. And then it started with, well, we have to take shots while we're here. And then it started, we should probably go out. But if we're going to go out, I need to at least have a stronger buzz than this.
She's talking about her friends, ladies and gentlemen, just FYI.
Yeah.
She's not talking about Japan and the coronavirus.
Yeah. So I think it was 5 shots, 2 glasses of wine before we went out.
Wow.
But when you're up, then it's stuck. And you just got to roll through the night. But then we went to a bar, and my friend is the DJ at that bar. And after her set, she was like, well, now y'all have to go out with me to another bar.
Oh,
bar.
geez, I can't.
Bar. Another bar.
Another clip. Another
Yeah.
this.
And it was just, it didn't even feel like a pandemic anymore, you know? And that's
Yeah.
what got me. I got.
And so that's what everybody else in Japan has been dealing with, because I feel like you just went totally on a rant that had nothing to do with Japan or the coronavirus.
And to bring it all back.
To bring it all back in.
That's how they must feel in New Zealand.
Bruh.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting. I can't do this
All
shit.
right.
I was going to say something about fucking Japan Olympics, but I can't even remember what it is. So let's just keep, keep going.
All right. Well, off of Japan and the coronavirus. Well, I just think it's going to be really weird if no one is in the stands being able to root these people on. I mean, that's the purpose of it, to see the different sports and to have the camaraderie. I mean, it's just like when the NBA was kind of in their bubble and they started back up the games, but all the fans were on Zoom. I think that was like the lamest thing ever, because I'm like, you can't hear the trash talking and you can't hear the camaraderie and you can't hear the sounds, the music and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of lame. It's like having a football team without a band.
Ooh.
Like from college or high school. It's like, that's weird. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Next on the list, we had the ESPYs actually was last night. And I didn't watch it. Did you?
I never watched. I only watched it when Drake did that.
Why are you so obsessed with him?
I grew up with him.
I mean, I guess.
He's my Bill Cosby.
Okay, you're taking that shit way too far. What has he done for the black community?
What hasn't he done for the black community? Look at all these black boys getting in their feelings now. That's Drake.
As opposed to being reared and brought up
Misogynistic, yes.
Oh, okay. So he single-handedly has helped men to communicate.
I'd like to think so, yeah.
Interesting. Wow, your logic, man. I'm so glad I was born when I was born. Anyway, so in the news or in at the ESPYs, Paige Beckers, whatever.
Can I get a spelling, please?
It is Bueckers.
No, I'm not gonna do That's it. You nailed it.
Bueckers. You know I can't pronounce stuff right sometimes. Anyway, she is a UConn basketball player.
Oh, UConn's got a good women's basketball team.
She basically gave an ESPYs. Now you're confusing the shit out of me. God damn it. She gave an ESPY speech. She actually won for best collegiate athlete or best collegiate athlete in women's sports. And her speech was just absolutely amazing. She paid homage to African-American women who have dominated this sport since the beginning of time. And so I'll give you guys a little snippet of her speech.
Nervous. First, I would like to say all glory to God because, I mean, this is better than I could have ever imagined. I'm just a small town kid with really big dreams, and I'm honored to show all the little kids that are watching this that dreams do come true if you work hard and you have great faith in your life. A huge shout out to my friends and my family and everybody that helped me get to be where I am today, especially my coaches and my teammates. I stand on this stage alone, but without them, I wouldn't have this award. And they've sacrificed so much for me. Okay, sorry. I just had ankle surgery. I'm out of breath. Okay, out of shape. But no. With the light that I have now, as a white woman who leads a black-led sport and celebrated here, I want to show a light on black women. They don't get the media coverage that they deserve.
Invited to the cookout.
No.
They've given so much to this sport and the community and society as a whole, and their value is undeniable. And in the WNBA last season, the postseason awards, 80% of the winners were black, but they got half the amount of coverage as the white athletes. So I think it's time for change.
So yeah, I just think that was absolutely
see her picture.
Yeah, I think that was absolutely amazing for her to even give that kind of speech to it and to pay homage and to really use her platform for good. And she's not saying that the whole entire women's basketball is saturated with black women, but at the same time, the media there is a huge difference in the media coverage between African American women or even African American men as well too, in comparison to white athletes. So
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why does every female white basketball player have that voice?
It's because they lift weights. I don't know.
Every
I really
single white lady.
But what kind of voice is that?
Like, it's just like her cadence, her tone. They all sound like that.
Maybe she's media trained.
That it's not a media training thing.
No?
It's not a famous person thing. I'm talking like,
well, I don't know.
Ow, I'm stuck.
Ma'am, we are not using this video this time. We're not. We're absolutely not. Get out of this. Y'all, it's a struggle for me today to keep this girl in line because she is hung the hell over. But anyway, we're going to rock it
they all
out.
sound like that. I don't know what it is. It's like that low voice. I don't know. They just all sound like that.
Really? Interesting.
I swear. I'll put some clips together for you.
Yeah, and show us a collage of white women who sound like that. Okay. White athletes in particular who sound like that. Okay.
You got it. You got it.
Awesome. All right. Well, in some more amazing news.
Some upbeat
news. A young lady who, first of all, school. Like high school, middle school, very hard, right? Well, I mean, middle school and high school is fun for me. But anyway, you're judged beyond measure. You're probably the most judged you will ever be in your life, right? Yeah. Whether you're too smart, too dumb, in between, doesn't really matter. You're still going to be judged.
Can you ever be too dumb?
Yes. Oh, fuck yeah. I went to school with a lot of dumb people. Anyway, I won't even say that. Anyway, a 14-year-old young lady, African-American, her name is Zayla Avant-Garde of Louisiana. She is actually the first Black American champion of the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
That's crazy that she's the first black winner.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. And
black people can spell. We
can. We just don't do it very well. All the time. But I'm bummed. Just saying. What do you that is that what you were trying to do? Okay, it doesn't matter. Don't keep pressing the buttons now because I'm gonna have to edit all this shit out. Anyway. So anyway, she won the Scripps spelling bee. And I think the last word that she had to spell was Maria.
What is
Maria.
First diarrhea is what it sounds
Maria. And she asked the question. She was like, is it representative of, an American actor, Bill Murray? And so, of course, they were like, well, we can't tell you that.
Also, how the fuck does that girl know who Bill Murray is?
Because she's smart and she reads and she spells. Not only that, but she's actually a basketball phenom.
She's like her unicycling and dribbling a basketball.
You need to see her actually playing in a game. I was like,
up?
Yeah, she definitely posted up. I was like, damn, girl, you playing like you in the WNBA. Good God Almighty.
Some girls get it all.
Yeah.
She can spell and she can dribble a ball.
Pretty much.
Audacity.
She better get a scholarship. She's Jamaican American, so
maybe if she starts twerking, she'll get a scholarship.
She's Jamaican American. Her mother would not let her do that. So yeah, no.
She's from Jamaica.
She's of Jamaican descent. I think her family is from Jamaica, so she is Jamaican.
Jamaicans be out here doing big things.
Yes, because anything less than an A is failing. Just saying. I have a lot of island Caribbean friends, and their parents are like, listen, you get anything less than an A, and I'm gonna whoop your ass. Anyway, off that, or in some more sadder news, their neighbors across the street, Jamaica, that is, Haiti. Unfortunately, their president was assassinated this week.
What?
Yes, it was horrible. I can't pronounce his name.
How and why?
He was killed in his own private residence. Him and his wife were both shot. I'm not sure if the wife survived.
They got the wife too.
Yeah, they shot her too. I don't know if the wife survived or not, but the husband, he absolutely died. And no, I'm not laughing. That's not a laughing matter.
He absolutely was assassinated. The job was done.
Yes, but apparently here's what I don't understand. Well, let me just say this. There were 11 men that were captured or that were affiliated with this particular assassination. And most of them, I think it was like 8 of them were Colombian.
Really?
Which is insane.
Where is Colombia geographically in relation to Haiti?
Kind of far, I would say. Haiti's more closer to Florida. And then,
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, South America's over here.
Where does the good cocaine come from?
Definitely Colombia.
Okay. What was he doing that was so bad?
I don't know. But here's what I want to ask, or here's what I want to find out. Where was his security? Because I feel like assassinations don't really, not that we know of, happen like that, because you're supposed to have really good security, and maybe that's just because the privilege that we live in America.
Yeah, because it's 2021 and people just don't fucking get assassinated.
Right. But in Haiti, I mean, they have a military, they have, government. Obviously, he's the president. So how did people get that close to him like that? To me, that sounds like an inside job. That's what it sounds like. That's literally what it sounds like, an inside job. But yeah, they shot I don't know if the wife survived, but I know that they did kill her as well. They did shoot her as well, and she was recovering. I don't know if she died or not.
Colombia's pretty close to Haiti.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. So his name is Jean Vanel. I don't even try to. Nope.
Fancy.
I'm not. No, it's probably wrong. I'm not even gonna pronounce his name. Nope.
Well, rip, sir. That sucks.
No. Yeah, that's horrible. He looks pretty young. Like I don't understand what the hell happened. Like it happened on Wednesday. Like
let me do a very quick and formal Google search.
Yeah. Yeah, the first lady, she suffered bullet wounds, but yeah, I don't know if she died or not. That's horrible.
Gang boss decrees killing of Haitian president, threatens war on exploiters.
That's what I'm saying. Haiti has government. They have established government. They have an established army. Isn't it how they got their freedom from the French? I want to say it was the French.
Listen,
they got their freedom
you're asking
from.
Some big questions that I
it was the French. I think they got their freedom from the French because Haitian Independence Day is actually on my birthday.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I used to hate it in South Florida because Haitians go crazy for their independence. You think Juneteenth and 4th of July go crazy? Child, please. Haitian independence, especially South Florida, they go crazy.
This article is just referencing like gang leaders and like rifles and machine guns and shit, and it sounds like a movie. And it's making me think that I don't want to go to Haiti at this point in time.
Well, probably not. It's probably not now. It's not the best time to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's horrible. I mean, prayers to him, his wife, his family. That was absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Former cop turned head of a gang coalition known as G9 Family and Allies.
Is that who they're saying that did it?
No, he's aligned with the right-wing party. I don't know what the fuck's going on. We'll deep dive.
Yeah, we'll deep dive. And
but also, how do you go from being a cop to
easy
a gang leader?
Easy. That's real easy. Them cops don't get paid a whole bunch.
That is true.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Officer Goodbody, who we spoke to a couple weeks ago, be like,
said,
I am the head of the mafia, goddammit.
Gave it all up.
He's like, you know what? I'm done. Done.
He's went from working with them
To
working for him.
I know that's right. I mean, he can be a double agent. Who knows? I'm kidding. Officer Goodbody would never do that. Or Officer Kim Possible. They would both never do that. Anyway, speaking of like violence, did you hear that Governor Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo in New York, has issued an executive order declaring gun violence as a national emergency?
I didn't hear that, but I did read something that said gun violence in New York has been up like 86% in the last year, something crazy.
It's been insane. I don't understand what people's deals are.
Blasting Glocks.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like a cuckoo's nest cooped up in crazy situation. I don't know if,
I don't know either.
Dude, what's with the rain in New York though?
Did you see the videos of the subway?
Disgusting.
Where people listen. Let me tell you something. In South Florida, when it rained after a hurricane, after a tropical storm, yes, all the kids used to be outside playing in the nasty water, right? But at least you could see through the ground. Like it wasn't brown like it was in New York. I could not believe people were like waist deep in this water. And I'm like, your whole vagina, your penis is gonna fall off. It's like you're gonna get dysentery in your penis and vagina. Like, ew.
I remember that whole thing was going around about how they were cleaning the subways during COVID because everything was shut down. So then what the fuck did they clean?
They started coming back and they were letting people, hey, we're mask off. Like Future said, fuck it, mask off. I don't know, and people just started trashing it again.
Oh, those streets are dirty. And I bet there's just like dead rats floating in it.
It's disgusting.
Drowned rats.
And pizza too, because they
rats
love
pizza. And pizza, yeah. Little like fucking Ninja Turtles coming up. They're probably gonna find weird shit.
Yeah.
Animals they've never seen before. Mole people have been living in the sewer. Oof.
Yeah. It was
Good luck,
horrible.
New York. Good luck to you.
I mean, people were climbing on like the gates and all that kind of stuff, and on the concrete trying to avoid being in that water. I'm just like, nah, I just would have called out the whole week, just like what happened in Snowvid for us.
Oop, can't come to work. Nope. It ain't me.
The whole time it snowed, I was like, nah. Not doing it. That's
Usually
not what I do.
bitch at this state for not having better public transportation, but look what it does. Then you're screwed. You have nowhere to get anywhere.
Seriously, but that's even dangerous though. Like that stuff just keeps coming down. I mean, even here in Texas or in San Antonio, it has been raining this past week, and we have had flooding in certain areas and stuff like that, but nothing to that capacity where a subway is being like
And it's so shitty that it's raining because usually my go-to when I'm in a room with a patient and there's I'm like, well, it's a nice day outside.
No,
it's been fucking ugly.
And you're like, oh, you want to go to the window?
Yeah,
like, nah, I don't want to look at that shit.
And disgusting.
I don't want to look at that shit. Also, too, in the news, did you hear about Tabitha Brown and Wendy Williams, rather?
Listen, anyone comes for Tabitha Brown, they're coming for me. I take that personally, and I will be collecting you in the streets.
I absolutely agree. So basically, what ended up happening was Wendy Williams. So Tabitha Brown is a social media star, right?
Did she get famous from TikTok?
No. She was already getting famous on Instagram. And she ended up going over to TikTok, and so whatever she posts on Instagram, she posts on TikTok as well too. And then she ended up, I think for us as millennials, we knew her from Instagram, and then Gen Z learned about her from TikTok. Because her daughter is Gen Z and told her to get on TikTok. Well, basically
she does vegan cooking videos.
Yeah, she does vegan cooking videos, and she is now like, I remember at one point she worked with Ellen on the Ellen DeGeneres show. She also has her own seasoning that's sponsored by McCormick that actually sold out. Yeah, so people didn't even.
I wanted to buy some. I didn't even get to.
Yeah, no. You'll have to wait till the next batch comes out, and I think the next batch is not coming out until the fall. And so she ended up basically creating this platform for, first of all, having one of the most calm voices ever.
Dude,
she also works for Audible too. Yeah, she does like little talk things for Audible.
She has like the female LeVar Burton voice.
Yes, definitely.
Recognize it anywhere puts me at ease immediately.
Or like Morgan Freeman. Yes, definitely.
Yes, Morgan Freeman.
So basically what happened is her and her husband moved to LA, and she wanted to pursue her dream of becoming an actress. And so he took a job working as a police officer on the Los Angeles Police Department.
LAPD.
And yes, on the LAPD, and has been working there for 15 years. Well, she got an opportunity with all the things that she's been doing, the fame and the notoriety that has come, as well as the fortune. They bought this amazing, beautiful house in LA, and she was able to retire him. And she told him, listen, I know you've always wanted to coach basketball and you wanted to live out your dream. So you helped fund my dream. Now we're in this position financially. I can help you fund yours.
What a cute fucking dream.
Exactly. And they're such a beautiful couple. And so she basically retired him through this amazing big party. Well, Wendy Williams apparently had some shit to say, basically calling her, she's just a fucking idiot. I fucking hate Wendy Williams.
She cannot learn how to keep her fucking mouth shut. And I get it.
She's like
paid,
OJ Simpson. Shut the fuck up.
Paid to not keep her mouth shut, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So basically she was on her show talking about how stupid that she felt like, or not a good idea that she felt like Tabitha was doing by allowing her husband to be able to not work and retire. She's like, oh, you're making all this money, and then, you know, he's going to get bored, and then, you know, he's going to be pissed off that you're making more money than him. And I'm just projecting her own bullshit onto this woman.
100% like she's projecting.
Yeah. And I'm just so of course people were like, oh, no, not Tabitha, you won't. People started putting avocados in this bitch's comment section for everything. So that was basically like Tabitha stands with the avocados. So they started putting avocado emojis in her comments. And so Tabitha Brown, first of all, came back with the most amazing, like, classiest, per my last email, clap back ever. So I'm gonna play a little clip from it. Oh, dang it. Hold on.
Hello there, y'all all right? Very good, honey. I was up doing a little work here. That's why I got my pajamas on in my office. And then my phone started going off, like, praising people. It was like, girl, you're on Wendy Williams. First of all, Wendy Williams, honey, God bless you. God bless you, okay? And so people sent me a little clip. And I said, oh, my God, the pain this woman must be in. Wendy, the pain you must be in to feel this way. And I'm so sorry.
The pain.
But listen, let me tell you this. 23 years I've been with my husband. Yes, broke for a very long time together, struggled for a very long time together, succeeded for the last couple of years together, right? My husband took a job in agreement with me. He took a job 15 years ago to help support my dream. And I know you may not know what that looks like,
my Lord,
in a genuine place. Right? But this was an agreement that my husband and I had. And I told him 15 years ago, oh, babe, in 5 years, I'll be able to take you out of there so then you can pursue one of your dreams that you love.
Yeah, that, my Lord.
She's from North Carolina. That's why she sounds like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, first of all,
love her voice.
Here's my thing, Wendy Williams. Shut the fuck up, okay? Whitney Houston had already cussed you out enough when she was alive. Shut up sometimes. Like, stop projecting your own bullshit on somebody else's relationship, talking about what they will do. First of all, your husband married you for money in the very beginning anyway.
Her husband's cute.
Whose husband is cute?
Tabitha Brown.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Wendy Williams' ex-husband. I was like, girl, no.
No.
Oh, yeah, Chance. He is gorgeous.
Chance.
And their daughter, Choice, and...
her name is Choice?
Yeah. He has an older daughter that... I can't remember her name. Talitha? No. I can't remember her name.
Just being mean.
No. Seriously, that's her name. I think that's her name.
What a pretty family.
That's Chance's daughter from a previous relationship, and then that's Choice.
That's the one who got her on TikTok.
Yes. What's her son's name? Crap it. I know it starts with a C.
Crap it.
No, and their dog is named Blackie. It's a black dog. She calls him Blackie because her and Choice are always in the camera together. A lot of times, like they'll do like they have Very Good Mondays, and then they have Tab and Chance on Fridays. So because I'm an avid follower of Tabitha Brown, I love her and her family.
TB,
they're a wonderful, cute, blended family. But anyway, Wendy Williams, just shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care what your husband did to you and the fact that he had a baby on you and all that kind of stuff. Every man is not the same. Like, you can't project shit like that onto other people. And if this woman, first of all, like she said, they had an agreement. First of all, let me ask you this question. Would you be okay with if your husband said to you, hey, I want you to pursue your dreams so you don't have to work full time. I'll take care of the bills until this particular thing that you want to do pops off. Would you be willing to do the same thing for him? Once yours pop off?
Absolutely not.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, come on. That's not right.
No, I mean, fuck it. Why not? If my shit's popping off and we're good and everything's cool and we got money, I mean, unless your dream is to like fucking rape and murder people, I don't think I'd support that.
I mean, why would that be your dream?
Serial killer dreams.
Okay, no, I'm talking about something realistic.
Yeah, like opening up a pizza shop or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, why not?
Yeah, I mean, because even I saw this thing on Twitter this week that's been getting a lot of notoriety. Where this guy, it was like what did I see it on Twitter? Did I see it on the Shade Room? I might have saw it on the Shade Room. I think it was the Shade Room.
It's trash.
So no, it's amazing news. Anyway, basically this guy was sharing, or maybe it was a girl. Anyway, she was basically like, well, "Was I wrong?" It was this text message thread where she was like, "Oh my gosh, babe."
I did see that on the Shade Room, and he was like, or she was like, "I'm just kidding."
She got a job for making $70,000 a year. And he was like, "Oh my God, that's so amazing. You know, I want to quit my job now because I've been, working and paying all the bills, taking care of the kids, whatever."
He wanted to focus on his mental health.
Yes, he wanted to focus on his mental health because he's been so depressed at his job, even though he makes a lot of money. And she was like, "No, like that's not what we agreed upon. Like, no." And he was like, "Well, I've held you down this whole time while you were waiting to get a job. Why can't you do the same for me so I can find me another job and get my mental health in order?" She was like, "No, I don't agree with that." So he basically was like, "Bitch, pack your shit and get the fuck out of mine."
Yeah, because in the thread he was like, "I'm just kidding. I wasn't gonna quit my job, but I've been talking to my therapist about this, and I wanted to see how you would respond. This is how I thought you were going to respond, and that's not what I want in this relationship." And she was like, "No, babe, I was just kidding."
Like, yeah, no, bitch, you weren't kidding. You were not kidding.
No, I feel like Wendy Williams is like, your husband's gonna get lazy and be a bum if he doesn't have a job, but I wouldn't marry someone who would be lazy and be a bum.
But I don't think he will, though. I think because he's worked so hard and you've been on the police force for 15 years, your wife is still pursuing her dreams and having fun with that. I don't think any man could not pursue his own dream to the side. First of all, he's a grown adult with children. He is not. I don't believe that this man would do anything like that. Now, if you got somebody who was 25 years old and you did that, then yes, they will probably do that.
Also, if he does and she's okay with it, it's their fucking life. Who
exactly. There are plenty. Look at Oprah and Stedman. Now everybody claims he's a lawyer. I ain't never seen him lawyer nothing. I'm
never
just saying.
Never seen him in a courtroom.
Never seen him with a briefcase in his hand. I ain't never seen him with no keys in his hand ever. Never seen a picture of him behind the wheel of a car. Stedman living his best life.
Never seen him on a bus bench. Nothing.
No, but what happens in somebody else's marriage is their business. Now, if my husband said, "Oh, okay," when I get a husband. Because I just want to let all the men know I'm still single right now. So if you want to apply, apply. Anyway.
Look in our link in bio.
Yes, but you have to have a career, not just a job, a career. Anyway.
A career that you're not going to put on hold for me. Or
no, you're not gonna put that on hold. Now I'll give you 6 months to get your life together, whatever you want to do. But 6 months, that's all you got. That's it. But if you hold me down for a year, how can I not give you the same year back? Yeah. That's hypocritical. But if you just want to say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a stay-at-home dad," that's a stay-at-home dad motherfucking lie. That's what you're not gonna do. That not in this house. You're gonna take your ass to work. If I gotta get up and go to work, bitch, you going to work too.
I'm not trying to stay home with those kids.
No.
That literally daycare seems awful.
What? Staying home with kids?
Stuck with the kid. There's nothing I'd want to do less.
I mean, just still take him to daycare. Just be a stay-at-home wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd organize shit and pay bills and do Pilates. I'm down for that.
I mean, I'd be working on other business ventures, but yeah, I think if a man allows their spouse, we ain't doing this for boyfriend and girlfriends now. That's not what we're not doing. If you are married, you have a covenant and agreement that, hey, you're going to take whatever you need. Even people who go back to school, you don't have to work while you're going to school, blah, blah, blah. School took you 2 to 3 years. Okay, now I want to be off for 2 to 3 years. What's wrong with that? Like, I think that that's an even trade. But if you try to say like, "Oh, it's because the man, you're supposed to always work." You're right. I agree. Both of y'all should have always been working. But if this person was able to hold you down for 2-3 years, you should be able to do the same thing and reciprocate that. Yeah.
Like if I start dating you and you're season 3 Lawrence, you are not allowed to go back to season 1 Lawrence while we're together.
Hell no.
No.
Not gonna work.
We can go from 1 to 3. We can't go from 3 to 1. No. I'll either do a 2 to 3 switch off, meeting in 4. But yeah, no.
And you're not going to do this multiple times.
No.
You got one time to get your career together. One.
Every 6 years, he's like, yeah, you got to hold me down. That would be. Can you imagine if you were married to a partner and let's say every 10 years, one of you gets the year off to just figure it out. Take a break. Do what you want. No. That seems so refreshing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
We're going to both take off together and get our minds right together. Save up for 10 years and then...
God, that's a lot of saving. Couldn't do it.
Well, I mean, if you're paying half the bills and, or 75%,
that is true.
You can do it.
That is true.
Why do you think I'm trying to get out here and get married? I'm trying to pay any bill by myself.
I pay my bills.
My bills are paid. Anyway, all right. Also in the news, we have some COVID information. Unfortunately, this is actually really not good information at all regarding COVID.
Breaking news.
Oh my God! So
COVID
apparently,
is still here.
Did you hear about what's going on in India? Not about the amount of COVID deaths, but people are trying to get the vaccine, and there was these fraudulent vaccines that were basically created. I don't know who gave them to them, whatever, but over 2,500 people were affected by this.
There is a special place in hell for
seriously,
someone who's giving fake vaccines.
And apparently, what was in the vaccine was just saline.
Can you just inject
water.
yourself with saline?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to do that?
I don't think you're supposed to, but it ain't gonna do nothing. It's just gonna come right out of your body. It's not like a diuretic, but it's gonna come out. I mean, it's gonna come out of your lymph system anyway.
Oh, it's air you can't inject yourself with.
Don't do that. You're gonna kill somebody. Jesus,
I knew there was something you definitely can't do.
Don't do that with air. No.
So they were saying it was a COVID vaccine.
They were saying it was a COVID vaccine, and it was 2,500
as like COVID deaths in India are at an all-time high. How
exactly.
fucked up.
And apparently there were doctors and nurses that were part of this ring, and they were charging people like $10 to $15 per vaccination. I don't know what that is in American money, in rupee money. Let's look. Ask Siri. Ask Siri.
Hey Siri, what's the dollar to rupee conversion?
$1 is 74 Indian rupees and 49
Shit!
Holy fuck!
Damn.
So I'm assuming they put it back into American dollars, but what's 74 times 17?
1,258 rupees. God damn!
COVID vaccine.
Oh my
for saline water. Oh my God, dude!
And I'm just like, India is not a poor country. So for you to be,
there's a huge.
That's a huge thing. I mean,
it's a pretty poor country.
Oh, really?
I feel like there's a large
wealth gap.
Wealth gap.
Same as the United States. Then, yeah.
You know what? I will say, as shitty as this country is, shit like that can't happen.
Yes, it can.
It can, but no. Everything's nipped in the bud so fast.
You think it is?
I know it is.
Well, this was. I mean,
I'm on the inside.
Even back in the day, you had people who were doing abortions with fucking coat hangers and shit.
That is true.
Yeah, so that could definitely happen even in 2021. People doing all these still illegal butt shots and stuff.
Yeah, do you remember that who was that crazy lady that they did the documentary on that said she was making all these medical advancements and she was going to be able to test your blood and like this little kit at home that you could do. Oh, she has a crazy weird deep voice.
No.
What the fuck is her name? And she basically had all these investors investing in her company, but like the machine was shit, the science was shit. It was nothing.
Yeah.
So I guess.
So you just proved your point. They can do that shit in America. They can absolutely do that in America. Remember the little young guy, the little black guy? Of course, he was in fucking South Florida. Anyway, this little boy, he was, I think, 15 at the time. He was posing like he was a doctor and had done exams on people.
Love.
Dr. Love, yeah. That shit can absolutely happen nowadays. You don't know who.
Elizabeth Holmes was her name.
Elizabeth Holmes?
Yes.
She definitely wasn't black.
She promised that there was this invention she was working on. It was going to revolutionize blood testing. And she was the world's youngest self-made billionaire.
I mean, isn't blood testing already revolutionary in itself?
But she wanted to make this, it was like a smaller machine that tested more samples and tested for more things. And it was like this thing everyone was waiting for. And it was going to be awesome. And she was a fucking fraud and just collected all this money from people. And
sounds like
everyone working for her was like, this shit isn't going to work.
Sounds
it doesn't
like
make sense.
America.
Yeah, literally. That's a really good documentary on HBO. You should
What is it called?
The Inventor.
The Inventor. Okay. Yeah, definitely have to check that out. But yeah, that's crazy. 2,500 people who thought that they got a vaccine, and you're just, I mean, then that makes you even think about, were your needles clean? Like if you could do some shady shit like that.
Huh?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, I'd be pissed.
That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. You're going to burn, ouch. You're going to burn in hell for that shit. That's, anyway. Also too, what's going on in the news? Bill Cosby. Ever heard of him?
Yeah.
So Bill Cosby, I don't know. I was rooting for you, Bill. Not really, but
we were all rooting for. Here's my thing, because he's trying to like immediately. Did you see all the posts? Like he's trying to get back up and stand up. He's starting all these deals. He's wheeling and dealing, and I get it because you probably have a fuck ton of bills to pay.
He's also working on a 5-part docuseries. Well, here's the thing. Even with bills, I don't think Bill Cosby is hurting for money. I think that man was very smart with his money and the amount of money that he made from a lot of the projects he produced, he created. I mean, he's worked for years, even when he was a comedian, when he had this little show back in the day before even Fat Albert came out.
Does the Cosby Show still play every night?
I think they took it off. They took it off Nick at Night because of
everything going
the
on.
Controversy. But surprisingly, Seventh Heaven is still on, even though the dad was convicted of sexual assault on minors. Fucking pieces of shit. Anyway,
Heaven. Yeah. But like, chill the fuck out, dude. You just got out. You gotta chill. You can't just jump back into it. It's not a good look, Bill.
Yeah, I think Bill Cosby, I don't know if what's his name? OJ Simpson is your friend, but I think you need to shut up.
What does that group text look like?
I don't know. It's weird. It's probably very weird.
It's gotta fucking be.
You know, OJ already doesn't think he's black. He's like, no, I'm not black. I'm OJ. And it's like, yeah,
black
all right,
man.
interesting. Yeah, you're black, and they showed your black ass why you didn't get killed for the murder. I mean, get killed.
You didn't get killed for murder.
You didn't get convicted for the murder, but you sure got convicted for stealing your own shit back from somebody else.
My favorite conspiracy on TikTok is that his son is the one who killed Nicole. I
absolutely believe it. It makes sense.
That is my favorite rabbit hole to go down because I'm like, yes,
it makes perfect sense because his kids,
fucking idiot.
His kids have remained quiet this entire time. They have lived very quiet life, and you've only really more so seen in social media, even like back in the day, you only saw the daughter. You never really saw the son that whole lot. What does he even look like? Who does he look like? You've only seen the daughter. You've only seen the daughter.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but definitely. So Bill Cosby, I want you to shut up. I really do. I just want you to go. You're 83 at this point. You don't need to be traveling.
You got the fuck out of jail. I need
up.
everyone. And I know this is controversial because some people are in prison wrongly so, right? And once you get out, you should be screaming from the rooftops, fuck the system. All of these things happen to me. If you get out of jail for something you did, just fucking
go
disappear
to bed.
in the night.
Just go to bed.
Go to bed. Calm the fuck down. Chill.
Seriously.
Go on an island somewhere. Stay in the house. Use the internet, the Wi-Fi.
Just go.
Did you see, is her name Lonnie Love?
Lonnie Love? You talking about from The Real?
Yeah. Did you see her on fucking
No,
Insta Live with those
She's
people
annoying.
in prison?
No, that's not Lonnie Love. All heavyset black people are not the same. That's Lunel, girl. She flashed her boob. I was like, Lunel, can you not? And she's married. And the one dude was just trying to lick all in the can. And I'm just like,
his tongue was out.
I was like, Lunel, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
prison talk. Like,
I won't go down that rabbit hole.
It's my favorite thing.
No, that is a hashtag. I will not go down.
No, it's so good. It's so good.
Lunel is a nut. I love her. I love her stand up. She's hilarious. But Lunel, that was too fucking far, bitch. God
I was
damn.
like, she looked like she was in public.
She was, and I'm like, there's people walking behind you, Lunel. What the fuck? Oh my God. She was on.
It was the guy sticking his tongue out for me.
He was just like, ooh, you made me, I'm happy now. Like, Lunel, put your
all
big
together
ass
in their cell.
First of all, Lunel, put your big ass titty up. Okay. As a woman who has big boobs, put your big boob up.
Oh man.
I know she probably about an F or H. Ain't no way she in the D category whatsoever.
I think that just took me out of my hangover. That was so good. Oh man.
As we were talking about Lunel and that Bill Cosby and then her boob popped in. Anyway,
yeah. What I'm trying to say is, Bill,
shush.
Go sit down somewhere.
Just be
enjoy
quiet.
your family and your money and your freedom.
Seriously, you're 83 at this point. We really don't want to hear anything else you have to say. I think your best work has already been done, and I think it's time to just be an old man and relax.
Like, what is that stand-up special gonna look like? Every joke you say is gonna have to be.
That's all you're gonna say.
That's the joke.
I'm innocent. I mean,
I just feel like everything has to be so particularly crafted because anything he say will be like.
First of all, his accusers would show up to every show.
I'm just like, everything you say. I'm like, if it has any kind of sexual innuendo, I'm gonna be like.
Yeah, everybody gonna start walking out.
Like, what are you gonna make jokes about drugging women?
You can't
and having sex with them? You can't. It ain't it.
I just think that your best years have already passed you. What you needed to give, you basically came and gave what needed to have been gave. Okay.
Do you remember that TikTok trend where it was like people pretending to drug drinks, but then they taste it?
Oh yeah, and then they die first.
Yeah. What if that's like his first TikTok?
No. Listen, if Bill Cosby gets back on TikTok, I'm never watching the Cosbys ever again.
He's gonna be on TikTok, and that'll be his first one.
No.
Like, is that the joke?
No, you're 83, Bill. Just relax and be happy to be back home, to be able to die in your home. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, just live out the rest of your days in peace and quiet.
Get in the
That's
pool, have some margaritas.
No, you don't need to do any more drugs or alcohol. Just relax
sober
and live with your
soldier.
life, with your wife. If you have grandkids, just leave it alone. Your best years have already passed. You're on the downhill of that slope.
Do
just
something
relax.
fun, like become a vegan.
We don't even need to know about it. Just disappear.
We don't even need to know about
Disappear in the night, Bill. Just disappear in the night. You've won and move on. Last thing before we get into social media, I know last week we talked about, we were very, very saddened and depressed to hear about the news of Lovecraft Country being canceled and not returning to HBO. However, there's a ram in the bush.
Lovecraft.
Take that, HBO, you bitches.
Dude, yeah, I'll never talk shit on HBO.
No,
However,
me neither.
I was so upset.
They met whoever was in charge of canceling this was stupid. But anyway, Apple TV basically signed a multi-year creative deal with Misha Green, who's the creator of Lovecraft Country. So we may be getting a season 2 after all.
Oh, that would make me so happy.
Listen, I would be very pissed if we didn't get a chance to get a season 2.
There's just so many things I want, like, to see the progression of. I want the story to continue.
Does he even make it? Does he survive? Does his dad ever come back? Do they ever break the spell to bring his dad back?
And they need answers.
Seriously.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that made my heart so happy.
Yeah. What's gonna happen to Ruby? I don't know.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Okay. That show depicting a fucking, like, very stereotypical, but not in a negative way, just like a stereotypical quintessential, like, big black woman being able to become
a white
woman
yeah.
and, like, the toll it takes on her, but, like, the plus and the negative and oh my god,
but her, like, being able to wear this skin but still feeling black in this white skin, like, it was such an amazing parallel to see that she's like, and she's literally trying to remember the one scene where she was trying to tell the other girl, you have to be better, like, you got to be 1,000 times better than them, and she's like, them, and she's like, oh shit, I forgot I'm wearing the white skin.
Dude, that show was so fucking good.
It was amazing. It was great, amazing writing. You can tell that it was not written by Lena Waithe, who loves to perpetuate this white savior complex, as well as kind of black trauma fantasy. I hate that. Lena Waithe, I used to love you, but bitch, after fucking what was it? Us? No, not Us. Is it Them? What's the one?
Us, them.
It's Us or them.
Together.
Them. I think it's them. Yeah, I hated that shit. Just the scenes that had. I'm just like, stop fantasizing black pain. I cannot take that. I can't take it. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
That Lovecraft Country is so good. I hope it comes back.
Yeah.
Tomorrow War. We watched that. Well, we watched it separately.
Yeah, we did. It was amazing.
It was really. I didn't want to watch it, but it was because my mom suggested it. So I automatically was like, no, it's gonna be stupid. I'm not gonna fucking watch it.
Yeah.
We watched it anyway.
What was the lead guy's name again? Liam Hensley? No.
Liam Hensley. Yep.
That's
everybody.
Thor. That's Thor.
No, that's Liam. That's Chris Hemsworth.
Oh.
Liam Hemsworth is the brother. I'm over you. Goodbye.
Wait, who was the guy in the movie? He played
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. What the fuck?
Liam Hemsley. Chris Pratt. I'll watch anything with Keith Powers. I'll tell you that right now. He needed a bigger role. He needs his own movie. He needs a new show. What was the show he used to be on with that little white boy?
On
Freeform.
I don't remember him from Independence Day.
Okay, no, he was on
the newest one when he played Will Smith's son grown up.
What a pair. He was on a show on Freeform, Famous in Love. It was trash television.
I was gonna say I've never heard of it.
It was about, like, famous young kids in Hollywood.
Never heard of it.
He's in Straight Outta Compton. What is he playing Straight Outta Compton?
What? Maybe he's playing somebody's child.
Maybe. Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch anything with him. I love him, and I love Ryan Destiny, so I feel like I'm supporting her when I'm supporting him.
I feel like his role should have been way bigger in the Tomorrow War, but I think the concept of the movie was really good. I just think that they rushed it, and the first 30 minutes should have really been an hour. That really should have been like a 3-hour movie.
The movie felt like it was like I was missing chapters.
Yes,
like
missing a lot.
They could have made it a 3-hour movie.
Yes.
It would have been amazing.
Or even like a part 1 or part 2.
Yeah, like Keith Powers and that. What is she?
What was her last name?
Military
Forrester.
Girl. Yeah. They could have had their own little. I want to know more about them and what she's been doing, and what's going on. I want to know more about why the fuck this shit started happening in the first place.
Exactly. Like, it was very much so like there was way too much there were way too much things that was like
There was no world building.
too many pieces. No.
And it was just like, oh, I want to know how
There was no
the
build-up.
technology was made, like who was
Right.
designing. Yeah, there was no build up.
There was no build-up.
It was there. It was good, but they could have done more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was good action, and I'm telling you, apocalyptic
Dude,
stuff.
it was
You need to
interesting.
watch
It
it.
was interesting. I
Apocalyptic
love
movies you need to
how
watch.
that little black kid in the science class was the one who pulled it all together for them at the end.
Listen, and he was just like, anybody else?
Laptop.
Anybody else? See, this is what happens when you keep ignoring black kids in school who raise their hand. They help you save the world.
It had a
Motherfuckers.
good balance of comedy, but that wasn't overreaching.
Yeah.
And action.
Yeah, I love that it didn't have like the, stereotypical kind of like love kind of thing, sex scene type of bullshit. It was really just about saving the world.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to be fucking when you saving the world. I hate stuff like that. You're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse and you over here fucking, and then the monsters come in and kill you.
There's a lot of
sense does that
adrenaline.
make? No, that's stupid. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get no booty in
Misconstrued
the apocalypse.
feelings.
No. Don't you want to have booty before you die? No, nigga, I'm trying to survive. God damn it.
I will survive.
We can have sex later.
If you make it. Because I
if
know
you
I
make
will.
it, hey, it's gonna be some other dingling or
I
vagina
got high
somewhere
hopes
else.
for you. We gonna see.
I'm just saying, but yeah,
I started watching that show Manifest this morning.
my sister was watching that crap and stayed up to like 3:00 in the morning.
Okay,
on a
really?
work
I
day.
don't know if it was because on a work day.
I was like, you crazy.
On a school night? I don't know if it's because I was hungover, but I just couldn't fucking get into it. And
So Manifest,
it was cheesy.
what is Manifest about?
So
What's the premise
Manifest is
of it?
that this plane is flying back from Jamaica to New York, I think.
Yeah.
And when they there's some turbulence on the plane and like some power goes out or something, but they land the flight perfectly fine. But when they get there, all this shit starts happening and they're like, what's going on? And the cop tells them, y'all left Jamaica in 2013. It's 2018
Oh wow.
now. And they're like, what the fuck? So 5 years has passed. So like they meet up with their families again and like people have died, people have grown
Moved
up, all of
on
these
and-
moved on, all of these
wow.
things have happened.
That's crazy.
So they're trying to figure it out. So it's a good premise. I don't know if it was the acting or the way it was shot or I was just fucking hungover and couldn't process anything. But I was like, I can't do this shit right now.
It could be a number of those.
So I
Yeah.
think I'll finish. I'll do at least 2. I usually do 2 to 3 episodes.
Yeah. I started watching this one movie yesterday. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it though. Or it's not a movie, it's a series. It's called Katla, Catvala, and I think it's a Swedish movie. And it's basically like this volcano has erupted or something, and they're living in like this ash city. And this girl all of a sudden just comes out of the volcano ashes or whatever, and she's covered in ash. They don't know what the hell has been going on. She ends up remembering who she is, and she's a direct replica of another person in the city, and it's just really weird. I was like, yeah, no, I'm probably not gonna watch it.
I started watching that show Sex Life.
Sex Life?
/Life.
No, what is that?
That I think was actually a book, like some lady's manifesto that they turned into a series. It's like toxic softcore porn, basically.
So you're just watching porn?
Yeah, basically. But
Nasty freak.
it's super toxic. I can't stop watching it because
Because
it's
of the porn?
insane. No, because
Oh.
because of the storyline. It's
Oh.
insane. But I want to.
All good porns have storylines. Hey, my drain is broken. Mr. Maintenance Man, can you come in?
You're
fix
garbage.
it for me?
You're fucking garbage. the fucking premise of the story is this lady is married to this man.
Yeah.
They have kids together. He's like perfect. Has this awesome
Okay.
job. She has everything she wants. She stays at home. He's super sweet to her. But she was like a hoe in the streets before she met him, and she had all these partners, and she was
Yeah.
wild, and she was getting her PhD, and she had this like really fucking toxic, crazy love affair with this guy. And so she starts kind of thinking about him a little more. Well, she starts writing down like in her journal just the things she's thinking, and then her fucking husband reads it. So he finds out, and then while that's all happening, that guy from the past kind of comes back into her life. So it's like,
Wow.
and
Plus
it's just,
the softcore porn.
yeah, but it's just toxic trash, and it's so fucking good. But I think it's like true, like it's a real life
Based on a
story.
real story? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's
That's
I
interesting.
need to figure that out.
Yeah.
because girl, your life was wild.
That's interesting. I could never have that kind of life. I saw something about Sex in the City returning.
Yeah, they're supposed to, but it's not even gonna have fucking Aiden.
Aiden is
that man. His name I never remember. He's the hot one. He's the dad from To
Who
All
was
the
he
Boys I
married
Loved
to?
Before. He was dating. Okay, have you seen the movies?
Yeah.
Do you remember when she goes to
I heard Samantha's not back.
Oh, that's what you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. I was trying to help you lead into it, but you didn't.
Okay. Yeah, no, Kim Cattrall said, fuck y'all. She hates them. I've heard they've never gotten along. All of them. They've yeah.
They seem like they're genuine friends.
No, she's never liked any of them. I don't know what happened. Probably they were making more money or something crazy. Also, I've been in like a Sex and the City deep dive recently because it just keeps coming up because of the show. But they were like, how did you take your one sex positive character and everyone slut shames her like almost every fucking episode? And I was like, that is so true.
Who, Samantha?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that what her character is about though? Like,
yeah, like she was very sex positive, and she was this like badass CEO and doing all this shit. But then like everyone's always talking shit to her about how she's having sex with all these people and doing all these things.
But I feel like every dynamic or every show that has had like a bunch of women as friends has always been like that. Like on Living Single, it was Regine. On Girlfriends, it was Lynn, was the very, sexual fluid one. Even on Friends, it was Rachel or Phoebe sometimes. It just kind of depend on the episode. But they were kind of like the sexually fluid one. Even Molly on Insecure. She's the sexually fluid one. She sleeps around, and that's kind of like her character. I mean, she has her shit together as far as, career wise, but she's going to be free and footloose or whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know that I will be, I'll probably watch it. Did you watch Sex and the City?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah. Did you hate Carrie as much as I did?
No, I actually loved her, and I loved her closet.
Are you kidding me? She's the fucking worst part of that show.
She's whiny, but I still liked her character. I really wanted her and Big to really be married, but no.
Oh my god, she gets everything she wants and she still fucking whines about it all the time.
Well, that's white privilege.
And then she finally got Big. That's all she wanted, and he didn't even want to marry her, but he was like, I'm old as shit and I'll marry her because she's cute and hot and like she's my option. And he settled. He settled for. God, I could scream it from the rooftops. He settled for her.
You're very upset about that. Jesus.
I'm so glad Aiden got away. She didn't deserve him. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
You're gonna watch it? Okay, interesting.
All that to say, I'll be filling everyone in on the Sex and the City reboot. Yep.
Cool beans. Well, what else in the news is happening?
Nothing in socials really. Everyone's buzzing because Drake took some mom out on a date.
Ma'am, you're on camera.
Oh, sorry. Cut this part out. Drake rented out all of Dodger Stadium to take out the mom of one of the basketball players on LeBron's son team.
I would be so pissed if somebody if you're supposed to be watching me play basketball and you're over here hitting on my mom, and not only that, but then you become my stepdad. I mean, I don't think it's bad to have Drake as a stepdad, but at the same time, bitch, you hitting on my mom, stop.
But also, 100%, your mom's gonna end up in a song.
Yeah.
And then everyone in the locker room is going to be rapping along when they're talking about your mom's ass.
And every time they post a picture of he posts a picture of your mom, your friends are going to be like, haha, I saw your mama ass.
Yeah.
Don't do that to that boy. Because he plays with LeBron. She played with
Bronny, yeah.
Yeah, you're a teenager. Don't do that. Don't do that. Drake, don't.
Which is why I'm assuming he rented out a whole fucking stadium to hide them away. But ain't no roof on a stadium, sir.
Yeah,
helicopter came right on in. Said gotcha. They got
bitch. That's horrible.
And Martin Lawrence's daughter and Eddie Murphy's son are dating.
I did see that.
What a funny couple that's got to be.
I think that is so hilarious. And if they end up getting married, that fucking reception is
if I'm not
amazing.
Invited to that wedding,
we will be famous by then.
We have to be. I have to fucking be there.
We will go to the wedding.
I want just fucking joke. Can you imagine the speeches? Oh,
first of all, did you ever see the movie Life with Martin and Eddie Murphy in it?
No.
I'm about to take your fucking black card away from you. Are you serious? You've never seen Life?
No.
Alyssa.
I've seen Coming to America.
No.
I've seen Bad Boys, so I figure if we just...
The room when Jesus... oh my God. Bernie Mac was in that.
R.I.P.
Oh,
I'll watch it. I'll watch it tonight. What is it called again?
Life. That's like a black staple movie.
Well, I grew up in a white household, so
I know, but damn it, I thought somebody would have, at least a black sister would have caught you in college.
Hey, just walking by you in the street.
Hey there, interracial girl.
Have you ever seen the movie Life? I'm like, no, I haven't. Oh, you gotta watch it tonight.
Let me give you this VHS. I actually have it on VHS in my loft up there.
The 1999 film Life.
Yes. That movie was
on Hulu.
Fucking hilarious. You have to watch that movie.
I'll watch it. Oh, it's playing on Encore Black. So okay, Encore has a black channel.
They do. Well, actually, so basically what happened with Life, I'm not going to give the whole thing away, but they don't know each other. They come into contact with each other because Claude is Martin Lawrence, and he's trying to marry Sanaa Lathan. She's in it as well. And
biter.
him and Eddie Murphy end up getting into some trouble. He's like, Eddie Murphy is Ray. He's like the bootleg guy, whatever. So he ends up getting in trouble. They have to make this trip to go sell this hooch, basically. And this white guy gets killed by the police officers, and they blame them for doing it. And they get locked up for life in prison with no parole. Not, mind you, this is set in like the early 1900s or some shit, or 1920s. And so, you ever hear me say whites only pies?
Yeah.
That's where I get it from.
Oh.
Yeah. Because across from the prison, they will go to this prison, I think in Mississippi. And across from this prison, there's this white lady that lives in this house, but she bakes the pies and sits the pies outside the window to cool down. And so one day, Martin is just like, I'm going to eat me one of them whites only pies. And he darts across the gun line, which is the border of the thing or whatever. And he's like, whites only pies. He burns the shit out of his face and his hands because the pie is still hot. But it's one of the most hilarious like movies ever.
Okay, I'll watch it tonight.
Yes, please do. Oh my God, it was so funny. And I'll give you a quiz next week.
Okay, perfect.
Yes,
Can't
definitely,
wait.
definitely.
That's it. I don't know if you were worried, but Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey are still together, still happy, still living out all my dreams.
Wow, I was so concerned, man.
I know. Remember we were like, this is all a joke. It's all for publicity. Well, bitch, when
I don't think we thought that. You thought that. You definitely thought that. Yeah.
it's fine. I'm fine. Glad they're happy.
Are you? Are you?
Kim Kardashian's rebranding. She closed down her whole entire beauty website. Do you care about that?
Okay, here's my question. This is an honest question. What beauty products did she have other than Skims?
So before Skims, she had KKW Beauty, which is those contour sticks that everyone was using for a while.
Probably because I don't wear makeup like that.
Okay, so it's these contour sticks. It was like a highlight on one side and
Yeah.
a contour on the other. She had like, she has concealer. She has a bunch of eyeshadows. She has a shit ton of lipsticks. She had
Really?
she has a whole entire
Wow.
makeup line. Yeah, and everyone is saying that they think she's dropping the W. That's why we have to rebrand all these things.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense. She should have never used her married name in the first place. I just think that Kim Kardashian, her name is a household name. Don't add your married name onto it. I think a lot of celebrities don't put your married name on stuff. Just don't.
I think she was just so excited to be married for real for more than like 2 weeks.
Well, yeah. And they got like 50 kids. How
Yeah.
does she compete with her sister though, with Kylie? I mean, it's really not her business, but
So
it's her
because
business.
Kylie started as the lip kits.
Yeah.
And so she was really just doing lips for a while. Then Kim launched KKW Beauty, and she was doing more makeup, and then Kylie
started
into
doing makeup. Gotcha.
And they promise that they aren't in competition with each other.
I mean, I think that's healthy competition because you keep talking about it. Either way, the family wins.
Yeah, it's all publicity.
Yeah, and it you basically are putting all the money back into the Kardashian brand regardless. So it doesn't matter if it's Khloe or Kim or Kourtney.
It is
or
more
whoever.
of like Kylie's is more directed to her age group, right?
Yeah,
So it's like Gen Z, colorful, all of that shit. Kim is more
Her-
millennial,
yeah.
her age group, but it's like, natural looking things, matted, all of that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
it's different, but the same.
Yeah.
Why do I
that's
know
cool.
so much about these fucking women? I don't
That's
know.
because you're obsessed with Kim Kardashian. I
It's
hate
just
talking about her all the time. But
she's so good at making me look,
so what you're saying is she has good marketing.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, definitely. That's the only reason why she's still relevant.
That's true.
It's because whoever her marketing team is, probably her mom. Anyway,
It's all Chris.
it's all
I'm
Chris
obsessed
Jenner.
with Chris.
She's a mastermind.
Yeah, that's all I
behind
got
it
for
all.
you.
All right, so you ready to go on over to the rehab corner?
Yeah, let's walk on over.
All right. Can you tell me how to get to the rehab corner? I sound like a man. Anyway, all right. So today in the rehab corner, we are talking about a very exciting subject. Okay, I think it's very exciting because I kind of came up with the idea at the last minute, though. Honestly,
We were there together.
We were there together, but it was still my idea. I'm claiming it anyway. So in healthcare, a lot of times, especially in the ICU or just in hospital settings altogether, we have a lot of patients that are unfortunately stuck at the hospital for an extended amount of time, weeks, months at a time, trying to survive, do whatever. Sometimes when you're going through certain situations, your therapists, your nurses, the doctors, they can come in and encourage you all they want. But at some point in time, we're never going to be able to relate to our patients unless we have literally walked in their shoes. So the rehab corner, we're talking about relatability with regard to patients and the relatability of multiple patients to each other. So Alyssa and I have this patient that we've been working with for over 60 days now. I think he's been there over 2 months now.
So we did the LVAD on my birthday. I'll never stop saying it.
Yeah, because Mattis, my
And he had to
student
be
was
there.
here
He was
the
there
whole
like
time.
2 weeks before that because we did Impella in, Impella out, Impella
Yeah.
in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what is it, July? Shit,
Yeah,
dude.
he's been there for almost 2 months, and it's just been a whirlwind with this one particular patient. And we've had several patients like this where we have these, patients that are there for heart transplants who have been there for forever. We have patients who are getting LVADs who have been there for a couple of weeks.
But it's almost worse to me when they come in for like, oh, I had some chest pain, and then it launches into something
this whole
crazy.
yeah.
And that's what sucks, because they never expected it.
No.
They didn't know what was going on, and it's very hard to be like, it's gonna be okay. I know you came in here because you were just having some chest pain. You probably didn't even want to come.
Yeah.
And someone forced you to come.
And then you're like,
and
I need a
look what
heart
happened.
transplant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this week we've had this issue where, not issue, but we had this one patient who has a particular intervention or device. And we have another patient who has had the same device that this young man has, but he's had his for a couple of years. And, I went and talked to the patient who just got his, the newer patient. And I'm like, hey, we can try to relate to you all we want to, because we see that he's depressed. And so we're just like, would you be agreeable to maybe sit down with somebody who has been through the same situation that you're going through right now? He was like, absolutely, if that person is willing to open up. So I didn't tell him who the person was and, that they were actually in the hospital, but I just said, would you be willing to talk to them? So then I go to the other patient and I'm like, hey, who's been through this for a couple of years, who's had this device for a couple of years. And I'm just like, hey, would you be willing to talk to someone who just got the same device you got, but is having kind of like a hard time because he's been hit with a lot of different medical issues afterwards? And he was like, absolutely. So we kind of brought them together, kind of got permission from both of them, and brought them together, and they were both, able to have a conversation. I don't know the details of that conversation, but we've even had one of our heart transplant patients who is a heart transplant for like 3 years now. And before the pandemic, all the new heart transplants that we got, he would literally come in and he would talk to all of them like, listen, I understand what you're going through when you work with therapy, when you work with all these different people and blah, 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 just the feelings, the emotions that you go through, the things that you lose, the things that you gain. And he was such an amazing help to these patients to be able to give them relatability, because again, we get to clock out and go home, go to our comfortable beds. These people are stuck here eating hospital food, which I don't care what hospital you're at. All hospital food sucks because it's not your own.
It's so freaking isolating.
It is. It really is.
And I don't know why we don't think of that more often, because you're stuck in a room. Even if you go out for therapy and walk, you go to the window, you're stuck in this room. Mm-hmm. Your meals are brought into this room. Your family comes into this room if they come to visit. All your nurses and doctors are coming into this room. It never crosses my mind, and probably because we're in an ICU and most people are freaking bedbound at that point. But I'm never like, oh, why don't you just meet your person next door? Yeah. Why don't you just talk? And obviously, HIPAA and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's so nice to talk to someone new who's also forced to be there, not just because they're working for you, they're there to help you, but just someone who's there and around you and in a situation like yours.
Absolutely. Because even one of the cardiologists, I went and told him, and I was like, hey, I don't understand why we didn't think about this earlier, but I got, Mr. So-and-so to talk to Mr. So-and-so, and they both have the same issue. And he was like, that is an amazing idea. Why didn't I think of that either? And I was like, I don't know. They've been here for the past couple of weeks, and none of us on the staff thought about doing this, even though we did it before COVID happened. But I think because the nature of medicine has really changed since COVID has happened, and everything has been even so isolating. Exactly. Like you can't have as many family members as you want to up there. And, because I think our ICUs, even before the pandemic, we didn't really have visitor limitations. Like it was like, whoever wants to come up here and sit in here is perfectly fine. You can sit up here all fucking day. We don't give a shit. But now it's like, you like,
remember the 1 hour rule?
Oh God, sucked, that was horrible.
You could have one visitor for 1 hour, and the visitor that you chose had to be your visitor throughout your duration of your stay.
Yeah, oh, that was insane. Because if you picked the wrong person, bitch, you screwed. You are screwed.
Yeah, or like if you picked one person and they could come this day, but then the other day they had an appointment or something, and it was 1 hour, so you had to make sure. But like, think of how many interruptions you have in an hour at the hospital. Phlebotomy, you have lab, you have CT, echo, us coming. Oh, that sucked.
Just the nurses just even coming in there. Oh, we got to go down to this. We got to do this. And the doctors coming in, the hospitalists, the damn nephrologist.
So it's not really an hour. It sucks. My favorite thing is on a tele floor when I walk in the room and you'll see two people in hospital gowns, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I know.
And they're like, oh, I just wandered around. I found him and we're talking. I'm like, oh, okay, good.
Found a friend. Yeah. So I definitely think that was one of the, I think the highlights, honestly, of my week. Because I almost cried too, because I was just like, dude, oh my God.
I cry every time I think about it, because I'm just like, this, ooh.
It was, because it's, I mean, you're away from your family, you're away from your spouse, you're away from your children, and you're literally stuck in a 4x4. So it's literally like being in jail.
Yeah.
Like you can't, the warden is your doctor, you know, you got your PO, which is basically your nurse, and you got all these other people coming in and, you know, trying to help you out, but nobody can really help you because we don't understand what you're going through. Even if you had a hospitalization, it is not the same as if you're going through this heart transplant. I mean, I remember even too, like, one of my patients that I had, it was like a couple of years ago, pretty young patient. I think he was in his 30s, and he had a heart transplant, and obviously had like cardiomyopathy, and he had congenital cardiomyopathy. And he was just telling me how he felt really guilty about getting a brand new heart from another patient. He was like, because I know somebody had to die in order for me to get this heart.
Ain't that some shit,
and
dude?
but it was
Coping with that.
Yes, and it was basically like survivor's remorse. He was like, well, why was I not able to just have my heart recover? Like, why did it have to get to this point where somebody else had to die for me to be able to still be alive, you know? And, you know, I think again too, even the different options, even that you have with our LVAD patients and stuff, you know, they're either a bridge to recovery or they're a bridge to transplant. And so they have this device, but they're waiting to someday get this heart. And I think sometimes they compartmentalize the actual reality of what happens when you get this heart transplant. Like, it's not just a 3D printed heart. Like this, somebody literally has to die in order for you to get it. It's like a kidney transplant.
It kills me when people get their heart and they let it just waste.
Yeah, like our one patient that we had who was so frustrated. Even now, I don't even say her name in the hospital because I'm just like, I don't even know if she's still there or not. I don't want to know because I just don't care. Like, she just, and to be honest with you, part of it is not her fault to a degree or their fault, because when certain situations happen, like, you know, anytime you undergo an extensive heart surgery, you have the potential to have, you know, traumatic brain injuries, or not traumatic brain injuries, sorry, CVAs and stuff like that. And when you have a stroke, that changes, and depending on where you have it, it can alter your entire behavior. And so it's not even you.
Perfect storm of situations.
She really did,
and it was just like one thing after another.
Yeah,
and then eventually you give up because you're like, things keep happening. I feel like shit. I'm still stuck in the hospital. But when you do that, it sucks because we're here like, this is a wasted heart. Yeah. And we can only push you so far until you know, have to do something for yourself. Ugh, I hate it.
And not only that too, but even the program, it's like, you know, heart transplant programs in itself are very difficult to manage. And it's not, okay, I won't say that. It's difficult to maintain your level of success, because if you don't pick the right patients, people always think, oh my God, why can't they just get a lung transplant? Why can't they just get a liver transplant and it'll fix it all? And it's like, to be on this side of transplants, it's like, if you really realize how strict and how regulated like legal transplants are, not on the black market, but legal transplants are, there is a whole system of people. Like I used to sit on this board, and I technically still do sit on this board of the transplant selection committee, where I, as a physical therapist who've been working with these patients, I'm the one who speaks up and says, and it's not just our transplants, it's our, you know, any of our life altering device transplants, whatever. We basically have to make a decision, and it's just like, I have had to be in these rooms where I'm like, I don't think this is a great candidate. Like, I get it that life is the goal, but if you transplant this patient from a physical therapy standpoint, from an occupational standpoint, they're gonna suck. They're gonna screw up your outcomes. They're not gonna survive it. They're already too deconditioned, and I don't think that we can condition them enough in enough time to be able to get them to be healthy enough. And it's like, you're already on the fence. But I've literally had to make those decisions for patients where I'm like, great candidate for a heart transplant, great candidate for LVAD. No, this patient is not gonna do right. They're not gonna do well. They already don't want to work with us. They don't want to do what they need to do. They're non-compliant. And then it's like, you know, sometimes the doctors end up giving it to them anyway. And then after surgery,
a lot of work.
Yeah, and then after surgery, you're working with them, and you're like, this is why I told you they were a piss poor ass candidate, but you didn't fucking listen to me.
It is a lifetime commitment to get a transplant.
Yes.
You have to work your ass off afterwards to get strong. Then you have to go home. You have to be compliant with all your meds. Yeah. You have to literally change the way you live your life. You have to keep yourself strong. And I just don't think, I think a lot of people get like slap happy, like a heart. I'm going to get a heart. It's going to fix all these things, and then my life will be back to what it was because I will have a heart again, right?
But you have to do so much to maintain it. Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things. And I think that's why even with us as therapists, we are so vital and so important to these life long-term interventions, because if we're telling you in the very beginning, this is not a great candidate because of X, Y, and Z, we're telling you that for a reason. We understand you want to give life. As a physician, your job is to give life.
Right.
We want to give life as well too.
We want to give quality of life.
We want to give quality of life. Exactly. And we're just like, this person is so deconditioned, or they're morbidly obese. You know, there's so many different rules and regulations, I think, that people really don't understand that come with transplants and come with, you know, certain interventions. If you are a certain weight, even just like Dr. Now, people are like, why can't you just do the surgery if they're over 600 pounds?
They cannot go under.
They can't go. First of all, anesthesia. What kind of anesthesia you gonna put on a person that big?
What did they use for the Tomorrow War for that monster? I was like, oh,
girl, what did she say? 100 milligrams of was it propofol
or something? I was like, holy.
No, I think she said 1,200 milligrams of propofol, and I was like,
and that thing was still waking up. I said, oh no.
She was just waiting on the opportunity to kill all of them. But yeah, I mean, you even have to lose a certain amount of weight before you can get a heart transplant, or you have to lose a certain amount of weight to be able to not only put you under, but can your body survive being on bypass for 4 and 5 hours? Mm-hmm. Like, you're on bypass. That means what, bitch? Your heart is bypassing the system that is supposed to pass, goddammit, and you're on a machine. Like, I don't think people really understand, and you're not supposed to, because you're not in the medical field. That's totally understandable. But, you know, it was just, it was good to see that relationship, or that type of friendship starting. And hopefully it will last. If it doesn't, that's perfectly fine. But at least you have someone there that understands what you're going through.
We are cheerleaders. We're literal therapists, right? And your therapist can tell you all day, like, you need to do this and you need to do this, and these are the outcomes, and I've seen this happen before, and I know you're feeling this way, but if you keep working and we keep doing it, it's not, that's not gonna. It only goes so far. Yeah, because you get tired of hearing your coach's voice. You get tired of hearing your cheerleader's voice. Just like we were in school and we did sports or extracurricular activities. You get tired. You know what they're saying is right. It's just like a parent too. Your parent tells you, stop touching the fucking stove, you're going to burn yourself. Then somebody new comes along and tells you, hey, bitch, I'm a 3rd-degree burn survivor. Stop fucking touching the stove. And you're like, oh, shit, I get it now. You know, so I think that's kind of what it is. You get ear fatigue. You get tired of hearing us. I get tired of fucking talking to patients. This was the first week in a long time, and on the heels of letting them meet, that I was like, I felt like, I bet, like, let me look some things up that we can do. Like, let's find some new stuff. How are we going to shake it up in here? Right. I got the energy back. Yeah. It was short-lived. I need to get back on the horse, and I'm going on vacation next week, so it's probably not going to happen. No. But I haven't felt that way in, like, 2 years. A minute, since this freaking pandemic. Yeah. Because it's just taken everything. So I think slowly, hopefully, everyone will, I don't know, start to feel kind of a little bit more alive, or I think the new normal or something. I think one of the patients that really made me feel somewhat that what I was doing was actually working was one of our first lung transplant patients that we had that underwent a successful lung transplant for COVID-19. And he ended up coming back to our hospital, and just to be able to see him, like, looking alive, number one, but looking normal and being able to talk, communicate, and not have to catch his breath. Like, every day he would just fall his head into my bosoms, and his wife was standing there the whole time. But, you know, it was just like, I don't know if you're going to survive. Like, I'm yelling at you every single day. I'm manipulating you every single day for the greater good. I'm trying to help you and encourage you. I don't know if this is actually going to pay off. And then when it did, it was just like, oh my God, like, okay, what I'm doing actually works. This is why I'm doing it. This is like one out of 1,000 people. Yeah. Because the rest of them fucking die. I think that the emphasis in the hospital is always on life, right? Life. Right. Our literal job is quality of life. Right. Which makes it very hard, because we're the ones who have to be like, actually, no. Yeah. You want me to go in there because you think this will help them live, but it's actually detrimental. Yeah. I'm screwing up their mental health. I'm fatiguing them. Their body can't handle it. Yeah. So you think this is going to help them live, but also why? What quality of life is that? Or, you know, we need to be pushing these things because they could have potentially a great quality of life or whatever. I don't know. This job fucking sucks. It's so hard. It does. No one told me that. I was supposed to be working with kids. I was supposed to be playing. Is that what you want to do, Pete? Yes, I was supposed to be playing Jenga and doing obstacle courses and shit. And here I am in the ICU.
I was literally supposed to, my plan, and I manifested this. I was working on manifesting this. My plan was to be off the floor as a physical therapist by December 2019.
You're stuck with me, baby.
That was my plan. And then we were like, okay, by March 2020, I was supposed to be off the floor as a therapist and going into leadership. And fucking March, a goddamn First of all, February they fire our director. March,
It was double
COVID.
homicide.
I was like, God damn, we ain't catching
and we haven't caught one since then. I feel.
No, nothing good has happened at work. I don't give a damn how many patients survive.
That's what I'm saying. Like this
nothing good has happened. Thus far.
These patient interaction, because it's been dark at the hospital
For a whole year
these
and a half.
last few patient interactions have been like, oh, it's been like a breath of fresh air. Like, oh, thank God. Like, someone's finally getting better. We're finally doing something that we can see is helping people. We're making
making progress.
I need it to stay.
Yeah, that was a great moment to see. So I just hope that is a continual situation that we will continue to encourage and not be afraid of. We're not violating HIPAA. All we're doing is asking, hey, are you two different people? Would you be willing to talk to somebody who's going through what you're going through,
We should get
has
them,
been through what you've been through?
batting together.
We really should. We can do that therapy
Double
together.
therapy.
Well, one of them is already. I've already tried. Probably kick them off anyway. But yeah, I think it's great to have patients always. That's why even with group therapy works so much better than singular therapy, because it's just you have somebody that's there with you. Even if you're there with a different diagnosis, doesn't matter. You're still there in the hospital, stuck with somebody else. So I think
also it's nice just to fucking shake it up. You see our faces all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you can switch your therapists, you can switch your nurses, but the patients don't switch. Unfortunately,
it is just different though, because it's a dynamic thing. Like we are not. It's not like we're in charge of you, or we're better than you, or we're higher than you. But it's like transactional relationship.
Yeah.
Like I am here at work. You are my patient. I have to see you and do this therapy.
You get quality and I get units.
Yeah, exactly. Versus being with someone who's also in the hospital and is on the same kind of playing field as you, and just a different feeling.
Yeah, you're only gaining, a person who understands you. You're only gaining, positivity in the same manner that you need it in, that we can't give it to you. Right. So we can keep saying, you're progressing, you're doing amazing. Oh, you look so good today. And we be lying in our teeth.
Your numbers look great.
Yeah, even though you're setting in the 70s.
Yeah, oxygen's coming up. Looks good.
Like, yeah, your blood pressure looks great. And you tell them they're like 90 over 40. I'm usually 145. Well, at least you're not high. Hypotension is better than hypertension. They're
Ain't
both
that
bad.
right?
They're both bad. They're both equally horrible.
It can't hurt.
Yeah. Well, it depends on how low it is. But yeah. So yeah, that was a great ending to the week to be able to have that and to see that kind of interaction. So I hope it continues. So yeah,
love that for us.
Absolutely. Anything else we need to discuss before we leave the people?
No, I need an Advil or Gatorade or
I have drugs.
Okay, perfect.
Well, you're drinking Gatorade right now. Gatorade, if you want to sponsor us.
I'm the most hydrated bitch in this room at this point. I'm drinking.
You think so?
No. That's
I was going to say, yeah, I've been drinking water all day, ma'am. Aside from my little orange banana juice from Trader Joe's.
Sugar. Orange banana
that's
juice.
All that's in. How many grams of sugar is in that Gatorade right now?
Not enough. What do you get? Guess. Give me a guess.
I'm quite sure it's probably like 63 grams of sugar.
Sugar. How do you spell sugar?
Azúcar.
Per contain. Oh, I have at this point consumed 55 grams of sugar.
Thank you. Thank you. The whole bottle is worth 55?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah. Who's high on sugar now? And you're hungover.
I know.
It's horrible. Anyway, y'all go spread love and light. Isn't that your line?
That is. You guys go out there, have a great week, spread some love, light, positivity, manifest something good in your life.
Absolutely.
Wake up every day and think about the best parts of yourself, what you love sharing with other people. And then bury them deep and show them to no one.
Oh, God. Goodbye. Y'all have a great week.
Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. Be sure to tune in to The Face Off every Tuesday where new episodes are released.